In this video, we're going to talk about how to do your concession paragraph. Now, remember, a concession paragraph is optional. You only provide a concession paragraph if you believe that the other side has a good point that you wish to acknowledge, so that you address it and the reader isn't wondering, well, why didn't you address that? Or just to make yourself sound fair and reasonable. Make sure to place the concession paragraph before the other body paragraphs. It should be the first body paragraph before doing confirmation or refutation. The only exception is if you also have a background paragraph, and in that case, the background paragraph would be the first body paragraph and the concession would be the second. So when writing a concession paragraph, organize it as follows. In the topic sentence, you want to make it clear that you are conceding one of the other side's points. That's very important, because if you don't make that clear, people think that you've just changed sides. So the topic sentence needs to have some signaling language like admittedly, or of course, or it is true that, and then present what the other side's point is. Your goal is to make it clear that this is not your point, it's the other side's point, and you're just admitting or conceding the strength of that point. So that should just be a brief statement. After all, you don't want to build up the other side's point too much. After that topic sentence, you want to briefly explain why you agree with that point, and that could be just 1, 2, 3 sentences. You don't need to give evidence or arguments. That's the other side's job. It's their point. And you want to just explain why you're conceding the point, really, not reinforce it. Also, you don't want to concede so much that it seems like you should be supporting the other side of the argument. So that's another reason not to build it up too much. Then a really good concession paragraph at the end would suggest why the point you're conceding doesn't invalidate your own argument. So just a couple sentences, and if nothing else, you could simply say, well, this is a good point, but it's outweighed by the other points that I'm going to make next in the confirmation. Or you could actually show that the point that you're conceding is not as important or as damaging to your argument as it may at first appear. All right, so in the next video, we're going to take a look at some examples of good and bad concession paragraphs.